Ever spent hours on a render, a perfect model, clean textures, nice lighting, and somehow it still looks average? Yeah, that's not your modeling problem, not your render settings, not even your lighting. That's your post-processing problem. Today I'm going to show you how I take my renders from this is okay to this looks like a movie shot using Blender 5.0's Compositor. And trust me, this is the step most beginners completely ignore. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Raw renders are supposed to look flat. Even if your lighting is decent, your render straight out of Blender often lacks the depth, the contrast, the mood, and that cinematic feel. And that's why your work might not be getting the attention it deserves. If your renders feel lifeless, it's not because you're bad, it's because you're stopping too early. And this is where post-processing comes in. Inside Blender, your best friend for this is the compositor. Think of it like Photoshop, but built directly into your 3D workflow. Let me walk you through exactly how I use it to level up my renders. The first thing I always do is add a mist pass for fog control. To enable it, go to your view layer settings and check mist pass. Then go to your camera setting, enable mist in the viewport display and head over to the world properties to adjust the distance. In my case, I set the distance to around 400 meters because it gave me the look I wanted. Once that's done, hit render. Step 2. Enable compositor. Next, go to the Compositing tab and enable Use Nodes. You'll see a basic setup, render layer to composite. This is where the magic starts. I already have a node set up for this scene, so I'll walk you through each node and explain why I used it and how it improved the render. Step 3. Mist Pass Control. To control the mist, I added a mixed color node and used the mist pass as the factor. Then I used a color ramp node to fine-tune the mist distance and intensity. In the mix node, I added a slight yellow-orange tint to the mist to give the scene a warmer atmosphere. I could have pushed the mist further, but I wanted a balanced look, not too heavy, not too subtle. Step 4. Next, I added a glare node. This gives your render that cinematic glow, especially for light, screen, or reflection. But here's the key, don't overdo it. In my case, I didn't have strong highlights, so the streak setting didn't make much difference. However, the bloom setting added a nice subtle glow to the card, which looked great. Step 5. Then I added exposure and gamma nodes. It might seem like a small adjustment, but it actually makes a noticeable difference. I used the exposure node to slightly tone down the bright areas and the gamma node to lift the darker areas just a bit. It sounds simple, but trust me, it works. Step 6. This is where the real style comes in. I used an RGB curve node to subtly enhance the greens and reds in the scene, but the real game changer is the color correction node. This node lets you control highlights, shadows, midtones, and overall color balance. In my case, I pushed the scene toward a warmer, light, slightly orange tone. I also used another color correction node with a mask to make the center of the frame more vibrant, blending it using a mix node. Step 7. Now the Kuwahara node, this one is optional. The render already looks good without it, but it can add a stylized painterly effect if used thoroughly. I also added a filter node to slightly sharpen the image. Again, completely optional, but I liked how it enhanced the final result. Step 8. Finally, I added a vignette to darken the corners and draw focus to the center of the frame. A lens distortion node because real cameras always have lens distortion in it. These small details make your render feel more realistic and grounded. And just like that, I turned this raw render into this. Same scene, same lighting, the only difference between them is post-processing. If you have been struggling with flat looking renders, don't start over, don't remodel everything, just open the compositor. The solution might already be there, because sometimes the difference between a average and cinematic renders is just a few nodes away. If this helped you, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll be breaking down more cinematic workflows like this. And next time you render something, don't stop at F12. That's just the beginning. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.